and welcome to my channel. This reading is for the week ahead, March 3rd through the 9th, 2024. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do weekly readings. I do full moon and new moon readings, pick a card readings, and shorts for everyone on my channel. This particular reading is a weekly collective reading to see what the energy for the week ahead has in store for us. And the reason why I'm emphasizing that it is a weekly reading is because I've had a few people come onto the channel or come onto the weekly readings and ask, where do they pick a pile? Well, this is not a pick a card reading. However, I do have, if you check out my channel's page, I have a bunch of pick a cards that I've already done in a playlist. So you can have fun exploring that huge playlist. There's so many pick a cards I've already done. You might find what you need in that playlist for you. So let's go ahead and get the reading started. I have the Goddess Guidance cards, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time if I sound congested. It's because I am. I'm fighting a really awful cold right now. It's so annoying. But yeah, si me suena un poquito ronca, that's why, because I have the congestion kind of like working its way through my head, my sinus area, and now my chest. So I'm gonna, if you don't see me, let's say if you don't see me next week, right, with any readings, it's probably because, I needed to recover from this dumb cold. So let's see what we have for the energy for the week ahead, March 3rd through the 9th, 2024. What is the energy for the week ahead? And then I also have the Morgan Greer Tarot. So the energy for the week ahead, March 3rd through the 9th, 2024. Let's see. Energy for the week ahead. And if I need more cards, I will always grab off to the side. So let's start with this first. All right, it says Green Tarot, start delegating. Ask others, including me, right, to help you instead of trying to do everything yourself. So it could be that this week you need a hand, you need a helping hand. Maybe you got to ask for support, or maybe, you're going to have to, contact somebody that you feel comfortable with or that you can trust to help you with something. So you might not be able to do something alone. Let's say, for instance, you have something, I don't know, I'm getting vibes of something in your house that needs done. You might have to call somebody, right, to come help. I don't know if some of you need help with like a leaky faucet, or maybe you're gonna move. There's so many things that we could use a helping hand for. It's like we have two hands, but sometimes two hands is not enough. Sometimes you need 3 or 4 or 5. You know what I mean? So it's about not being afraid this week to ask for help where you need it, to ask for somebody to pitch in where you need it as well, and to delegate, right, responsibility. Because for one, remember and never forget that you're only one person. So there's only so much you can handle. So if you are feeling this week that you are multitasking in a big way, then it might be a good time to ask for somebody to pitch in and pull their weight, I guess is what that feels like. Yeah. Have other people pull their weight. Sometimes in a work environment, people aren't always pulling their weight. In the household, sometimes people aren't always pulling their weight. So it could be that, we got to share responsibility equally. And in this case, this week you might have to, ask others or bring it to their attention, right, that you need help or that they should share in the responsibility, or do their part if they're slacking, right? Because it's like there's a need to pull their own weight so that way everything functions properly, especially, teamwork, right? Teamwork makes the dream work is kind of what that's saying. So don't be afraid to hold somebody accountable this week if they're not pulling their weight. All right, so we have the 9 of Wands, the Emperor. Okay, that makes sense. And the King of Swords. So yeah, I think that totally makes sense. You have the 9 of Wands here, which is like, you're tired, you're weary, you've done enough, sometimes you can be battered, beaten, bruised, and overworked. I mean, because this is like one card away from the 10 of Wands, and that is a card of having too much responsibility, too much on your plate, being overworked, burn the hell out, right? So it's like this, you got to be mindful when you have the 9 of Wands, because it's like almost one step away from that burnout. So if you have too much on your plate this week, this is definitely saying, well, you're going to have to, stick up for yourself, stand up for yourself. I feel you can only do so much. Remember to have compassion for self. And this is saying you're also on the finish line. You're close to the end of something. Nines are usually, you know, approaching a conclusion. So I would say with the Nine of Wands, like you're kind of closing something out. You're almost done with something, but it could be this last leg of whatever you're about to finish needs help, and you can't do it alone, right? So I feel like there's a task or something that you're finishing up or concluding, and you just need that extra hand. So don't be afraid to ask for help this week. That's what this is about. Reaching out, asking for a helping hand. Also, the Emperor energy, if some people in a situation, maybe at a job situation, aren't pulling their weight, the Emperor is coming in to put a foot down, right? And to be the voice of authority and say, look, this is not acceptable. So whatever it is you're dealing with, if you're like on the brink of the straw breaking the camel's back over here, Emperor comes in to lay down the law in a sense and say, look, this is what I need. This is what boundaries I'm setting in this situation. I can't do this by myself. I need help. Pull your weight. You know, we all have to do our fair share type of thing. King of Swords energy is also energy of decision making. I would say he always has, you know, he has a sword in front of his face. So it's kind of like these two cards are saying to create a healthy boundary, right? It's about being practical, I would say, logical, using your wits about you, right? It's like seeing things clearly for what they are and what they aren't with the King of Swords. Also making decisions that are also going to be in alignment with you, or maybe that are going to honor the boundaries that you set for yourself as well. So this is really about seeing clarity, or seeing with clarity and truth of a matter, seeing things, people, places, and situations, I would say, for what they really are. And maybe this week you might have to put a healthy boundary where maybe it was kind of loose and unstable before. Maybe that boundary was kind of glossed over too much. This is a week where you kind of put your foot down and say, you know what, I'm not accepting that anymore. That's unacceptable to me. And then it's like this feeling of making the decision. I'm going to make the decisions that honor me, because if I accepted behavior, let's say before, that just was not, you know, helping the situation, and it's like moving forward, you're not going to do that anymore. There's something about the Emperor standing in its power, taking its power back, and being very decisive with the King of Swords about that. So you may make a choice, you may set a healthy boundary, you may put your foot down this week, and it's like once you've put your foot down in that scenario situation, then you're not really going to yield much. I don't see much yielding with these two energies. Once they've decided something, that is pretty much set in stone, I would say. So yeah. I'm curious to see what's underneath the deck. Okay, as an underlying energy, maybe hidden influence, because it's a hidden card underneath the surface. Yeah, Seven of Wands. That's definitely about fighting for what you believe is right, setting a healthy boundary where you need to. I was already getting that. You might have people pulling or vying for your attention this week, and you might have to say no, okay, or you can't, or that, you know, you just don't have the time, or there's just no way you're going to be able to do it. You know, it's okay to say no. I feel like that's what that card is saying. No, I'm not going to do that. Not today. So yeah, if you have to this week, right, say no, or set boundaries, or say that you will not accept something, or something is just not fitting the bill, then that's okay. Honor that, right? Be true to yourself with that King of Swords energy. That if that's what rings true to you, then you got to stick by that. That's what this is about. It's about sticking to your guns this week about something that you might be confronted with. And I say confronted because of the Seven of Wands. So somebody might confront you with something. You might confront somebody else with something. King of Swords is trying to communicate the truth and reveal things, right? Get to the truth of a matter. And this is about really being open and honest about your thoughts, even having that open, honest communication and putting that out there. So it's okay to say no, right? No is a complete sentence. Let's not forget that. I don't know if you've heard that before. No is a complete sentence. So what I want to do is grab a few of these cards here to see what else we can learn about this. I feel like that Nine of Wands is saying, you know, I'm tired of this crap. So this week you might find yourself tired of something, tired of putting up with something, and you might just have to call something or someone out. You might be tired of a job situation. You might have to call that person or coworker out. You know, you might get tired of your kids destroying the house 5 minutes after you cleaned it, and you might have to just ask them, you see what I'm saying, to just knock it off. That's the kind of vibe that this is giving, having to stand up for yourself and hold somebody accountable. So again, I don't know if you're having those conversations this week or if those situations are going to be presented to you in some way, but you're going to have to stand in your power and really set your foot down, because it's like over here, you're really growing weary of something or situation. And it's like, oh, how much more can I take with that Nine of Wands? And then over here, the King of Swords having to make a decisive choice or have that very strong communication in order to get the point across. So just keep that in mind. So we have balanced partnership, learning and training. Okay. Balanced partnership is giving me vibes of like, you know, you want to keep your relationships in alignment. You want everybody to do their fair share. And that is part of a balanced partnership, right? That's how we thrive. Teamwork makes the dream work. And if we're all pulling our own weight, then the wheels function, you know, that kind of thing. Learning and training, again, this could be a job related, or it's also giving the vibe of you teach other people how to treat you. You know what I'm saying? So maybe there's something that you need from somebody else, but if they're not made aware of it, how are they going to know? You see, so it's like you need to communicate that to others because not everybody's psychic, you know, that kind of thing. So you need to maybe communicate that to someone. I kind of do want another one. Also, I could also see this as if you are in a position of authority at a workplace, you might be training other people and delegating responsibilities in that workplace, and trying to keep, you know, the place or the situation functioning. But in order to keep it functioning, everybody's going to have to pull their weight in some way. Okay, yeah, look at that. Sudden progress and change. So in order to keep things functioning properly, right, and making progress, these are the things that got to get resolved first. And it looks like this week you're going to be resolving matters that maybe have been out of balance or out of whack in order so they can make progress and positive changes in the right direction, you see. So I like this card because it's saying that once you clear this up or clear this matter up or out of the way, then we can start making progress in that situation. So I like that. I like that a lot. I am going to get a final card over here with the Healing with the Angels. I also feel like this vibe of tying up or wrapping up loose ends as well this week, interestingly enough. Yeah. So that way you can make progress and change in the right direction. All right, let's see. Final oracle card for the week ahead. Oh, okay, I like this. Divine guidance. So yeah, I mean, this situation I feel like is going to be led or moved in the right direction. You're divinely guided, maybe divinely guided to have those conversations, maybe divinely guided to set your foot down and set healthy boundaries where you need to. You know, this is all kind of leading you to something, though. Again, the sudden progress and change. I think once this gets resolved or this matter gets cleared up and brought into balance and alignment and everybody knows what it is they need to do or learns whatever it is that they need to learn to resolve the situation, maybe that is not working in the right way at this time, then everybody can move forward positively. And this is leading you to something else. This is what it's saying. There's positive progress and change up ahead, and you're being divinely guided in the direction of this. So I would say don't be afraid to say what you need to say this week. Put your foot down where you need to put it down. Ask others for help if that's what's needed, because this is all the way it's meant to line up for something else up ahead. So it's kind of like needing to resolve this matter first before we can move on to the next thing. This energy right here is giving me vibes of you're being placed on the path to the next thing, but this has to get resolved first. So again, I don't know what you're up against this week. I don't know what you're dealing with. I'm not sure if you're struggling with something or you're needing to tie up a loose end, but I was getting the vibe of a loose end. So it's like getting through this first, tying up that loose end so you can move on to the next thing. Keep it moving. That's the feeling here. Take care of this so we can keep it moving. Okay. So let's see what angel numbers come up for you. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers. This is just my way of getting further confirmation for you via the angel number interpretation. The angel numbers, when you look them up, can confirm a lot of what I've already said in the reading, and or provide you with maybe additional messages that you need in the moment. I don't recommend a source because it could be one that you maybe don't like or don't resonate with. I say there's plenty on the internet. Do your research. There's a few I'm sure that you'll find a connection with. I say go with the one that your heart feels led to. Trust that one as your interpretation. Likewise, take the journey because you might come across other signs, synchronicity, serendipity, spirit needs you to find. And if I gave you a shortcut, I might, kind of lead you off to a different path or something. And I don't want to be responsible for that. So I say, allow spirit to guide you to your interpretation. And follow the synchronicities and the rabbit holes from then on, because sometimes you're led to other magic you're meant to find. Likewise, I always say, try to refrain from putting the number interpretation in the comment section for the same reason. We want everybody to have a chance to find the magic for themselves. Let's see what your angel number is for the week ahead. 3. Hold on. That's a 5. 2. All right, so 352 is your angel number. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the screen for you. Just know that this week you're being divinely guided in the direction of cleaning something up, tying up loose ends, so that way you can make the progress that you need to make so everything's fair and balanced and in harmony. So just keep that in mind this week. It might be a little rough on the go, but I think you'll resolve whatever it is that needs resolved and make the positive progress you've been looking for. So much love to you wherever you are. If you feel that this reading has helped, let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe. Maybe consider joining my channel membership for exclusive readings and content I put out for members only. Visit my Etsy store to support me further. I have handmade crystal jewelry there, t-shirts, Starseed t-shirts I designed myself as well. And I do have personal readings there upon availability. So much love to you wherever you are. Have a wonderful week ahead. Take care and always keep shining.